morning, readers. Hope you're having a lovely November 27th. I am reading the energies right now, shuffling them around. I want all of the angels, ancestors, archons, and ancestors to oversee. Did I say aliens? I got the alien shirt on. Aliens, ancestors, angels, and archons, please oversee this game of gypsy poker. The way we deal is over, under, sideways, down, past, present, future. The way that we play is who, what, when, where, why, how. So let's cut it. Let's cut it a couple times. Let's shuffle one more. I feel like we need another shuffle before this one. It's early. We're still scraping it together, guys. All right. As I have said, who, what, when, where, why, how, past, present, future, higher, lower, sideways. Okay? Page of Cups. Trust your feelings, follow your heart. Give an offering, there's an enthusiasm to this page, right? He's got a lovely scarf on. He's by the water. He's presenting you a fish. A water creature. Shout, Pisces. Always shout, Pisces. This is your past. Your present, you're working your ass off. You're shooting a bunch of shots. You might even be obsessively writing and recording some sort of video and posting it. You might be doing these things because this is your present. See how tarot works? You are trying a bunch of things, and so yeah, these are, you don't even know which one of these wands is gonna hit, but you keep firing them, because one of these wands, these are actions, right? This is a bunch of actions. So this is really like, you got your emotional little germ of an idea, and then you're throwing a bunch of shit out there. It's your present. Leads you from that past to this future, which is basically taking stock and seeing that all things are rightly motivated, right? This is a card of balance. This is a card of spiritual discretion. So it's not just practicality in a pentacle way, but it's really thinking deeply about what's right and restoring it to a sense of balance, sense of justice, a sense of peace, right? You got your archangel here, pouring your cups, the water, back and forth, right? You were the page of cups. Now the temperance is editing you. Higher octave is the chariot, which is bravely pushing forward and committing to an idea of with confidence, right? Just kind of changing the game, right? Chariot don't give a fuck. He's changing things up. Lower octave, fighting, competition, trial, loss, confusion, right? This is the lower octave. How do you reconcile that? Get to the future of temperance. You upgrade. You went from a page to a king. King of Cups masters his emotions. He is abundant. He lives in luxury. And he has a beautiful life. He's on his throne above the water. But he is not swayed by his emotions, but he expresses them completely. He's not ashamed of his emotions. He is the master of emotions. So that's how you get from page to temperance. I like to do 3. Past, present, future. Higher octave, lower octave. Where, why, how. I'm going to do these quick because, I don't know, it's the morning. I haven't even had coffee yet. I can have coffee while I do this, but this takes time. Looking at the cards, figuring out how to tell this little story we just wrote. My shuffle just wrote the aliens, the ancestors, the archons, they wrote it. And I'm going to try to tell these as quickly as possible, okay? Enthusiasm for a new feeling. This is an emotion. This is an impulse, right? What's your past? Brings you to really buckle down and work on your craft and perfect it so that you have something to present to the world that you're comfortable with. And then you present it through action. This is taking the action and committing to being in the physical world. This is fire. This is earth. This is water. Higher octave. The magician, who embodies the fire, the water, the earth, the wind, all of these things. The wind, the earth. And he is infinitely able to turn nothing into something, right? Alchemy, as above, so below. So the furthest reaches of the galaxy are contained within every molecule of you. This is what astrology is based on. That's why the constellations represented by these cards correspond to your personality because of the alchemical principle of as above, so below. Right? So think of it. You could see the constellation that resembles, say, a scorpion in the sky when you're born, then you always kind of have scorpion inside of you, right? The magician understands this. He can seemingly access these things from the ethereal realm from very far away, synthesize them, which is magic. Either that or it's posturing and acting like it's magic. Like tarot, right? Tarot it's cartomancy, which is kind of an occult, mystical practice. So, is astrology magic? Or is astrology sneaky kind of passing something off? I don't know. But this is your higher octave. So, we're going to take the charitable interpretation and we're going to say cartomancy is magical. These aren't random cards, and I'm playing a narrative game by assembling the defined meanings of them, but rather in the alchemical, magical way. Everything is divinely intended, and there are these beautiful little synchronicities and coincidences if you can just be open to them. But is that magic? I don't know. Do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart. Lower octave, hermit, isolation. Go out into the forest, bring us back a lantern, guide us out. You gotta separate, you gotta gestate, you gotta grow in the dark. Right? It's your lower octave. Kind of sad being isolated, but maybe you need to recharge, right? Magician, hermit, higher, lower octave clarification for the journey from the ace to the pentacle to the ace is the knights. This is charging forward, not giving a fuck. Ace of swords really don't give a fuck. You know how I said chariot don't give a fuck? Ace of swords, the definition is he doesn't give a fuck, because swords are thoughts, and this is just he can't even see where the fuck he's going. He's just on this horse and he's just like, go with all the fucking gumption, anger, right? So this is your present. I can see that your past a little journey here. So you went from a page to a king of cups in your past. You went from an ace of cups to an ace of wands in your presence. explained by the Knight of Swords. And what's your future? Well, let's see the past of your future, the present of your future, and the future of your future. This is the past of your future. Present. Future. This is a fun future for your future. Higher. This is a weird higher. Lower. It's a expected lower. How? Okay. Who, what, when, where, why, how. I can't figure out how people do the interrogatives. So maybe this is where, maybe this is when, maybe this is when, maybe this is where. I think this is where, this is when. When, why, how. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Who, what, where, when, why, how. They both sound right to me. I don't know. It does affect how I tell this story, guys. Okay. The past. You are slyly moving along, right? Maybe this is explained by your little confusion with the nobility of the magician. Because maybe you're getting one over on something. Sorry guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I was in the middle of my stupid reading, and I have terrible internet. I live with several people and have a very cheap computer. No camera, as you can see, but we had a cool reading for your future, so I wanted to finish it. This guy, sneaking away, instead of fighting, he's using his brain to avoid confrontation, right? So that's what you were doing in the past. In the present, you were kind of bullying people. You are kind of bullying people. This is your presence. See, he's got like all the swords, like he's like won, but like at what cost, right? He's fucked everybody over. Maybe even pulled some sneaky shit, right? Maybe that's what you did. But this isn't a great card. It's the 5. 5s are always bad. But you did win, but at what cost, right? So after the sneaky shits where you're using your mind instead of fighting, you got a pretty good mind, so you won handily, but at what cost, right? That brings you to this nice little future, which is you're sharing, and you're connecting, and you're abundant, right? This is a great way to end the future of your future, guys. Higher octave is overthinking, which is actually interesting because this is a card of bullying. This is a card of using thought rather than physical force to win a physical altercation, potentially, right? Just take the swords or manipulate the battle game rather than, you know, fight and get wounded, right? So that kind of jives with overthinking being the higher octave, if you want to interpret this as the future of your future, which is how I do it. The lower thing, keep pulling the devil for the lower thing. This is the easiest trick ever, is to convince the world that the devil is the lower octave, as Kevin Spacey taught us, right? This is you're trapped, right? You got wine. You just growing wine. You get to be drunk. You get to fuck and do like things that superficially make you happy, but you're miserable. This is the temptation card, right? You're in a gilded cage. And yeah. You hail Satan. This is he's got bat wings. He's a big scary guy. He's a big monster, this devil fella. So that's your lower. Your higher is just overthinking, but this is also being hurt and paralyzed. And so, how do you reconcile this whole mess? Even when your computer breaks in the middle of your reading and upsets you to an unnecessary degree. Bring it on. Knight of Swords. Chariot. Everything we get for a clarity card in this reading. Don't give a fuck. Bring it on, baby. Queen of Swords. Bravery, right? Just where there's a will, there's a way. And nurture and encourage that facet of yourself, right? You might wind up on a cloudy throne